Okay, everybody, we're going to go ahead and do the main drawing now using a ruler. Step 1, horizon line. Just like when we were doing the boxes, tiny little vanishing point somewhere. I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see better. Okay. Now, we want to do that triangle. It's narrow. Starts at the vanishing point, comes all the way off the paper. Again. Starts at the vanishing point, comes all the way off the paper. It's wider on one side than the other. It doesn't matter. Since this is a road, I'm going to add my lines. They get closer together the further away they go. See that? All right. Now I like to put a little curb in. Doesn't have to be very big. Usually there's something that breaks up the street from the side. Now, from here we want to do our foreground. I'm going to create a tree. Really simple way to do a tree is just to create a V at the top and then use kind of puffy lines to create the look of the leaves. Take the horizon line out because now the tree is in front of that. Now I know that my trees, if I'm going to do a row of them, have to go back towards the vanishing point. So I'm going to create a couple dots that tell me where I want my next tree to go. Straight line. Stops a little below the other tree and hides behind the other tree. So you can see that better. See that? Now my next tree, you guessed it, it's going to hide and come behind this tree. Oop, that's not looking quite right. Hold on a second. I guess this tree would hide that one. I'll just do another one further back. It's got to be smaller, right? And even smaller. There we go. Now we have our trees going into the distance. From here, we are going to do our house. If you think of the side of a house, starts mostly with a square. So we're going to do square, starting with our vertical lines. Easy enough. And I want you to think about when you were younger, if you ever drew a simplified form of a house, you usually had a roof on it, right? Well, let's put a roof on our house. Just need a triangle on the top. There we go. And we erase the horizon line because our house blocks that. Now here's the tricky part. But watch. It's easy when you know the rules. This, and this need to have lines going back to that same original dot. So I'm going to draw some lines. Careful to line them up. Now, all walls are straight. I make sure these two are parallel. Connect my two, erase what I don't need. Roofs are slanted. I don't want to go straight. I want to go parallel to my other roof line. And I'll move around my line until I feel like I've got it right. Erase the horizon line. Hey, check it out. We just made a house. No house is complete without a door. If this were 2 stories, we'd want our door to be smaller. So I can add a door. And I can add windows if I want to. I recommend you do this part with your ruler, but for sake of going quicker. Okay. Okay, so now I want to add a couple more small details. There's a lot of nothing going on back there, so we can use our old trick of creating mountains, right? Just remember that they're going to end in front of one another. We can also add setting suns or clouds, anything you like up here. You can add grass. You can add flowers in the foreground. You can add twisty roots on your trees, whatever you like. For your house, if you want to keep going on your house, one fun thing to do is to add windows on the edge of the house, but the bottoms of the windows have to go back towards that vanishing point. The sides are straight up and down, and the top has to go back to the vanishing point as well. All right, making sense. From here, you could add things like brick or shingles or anything you like. You can just color it flat, whatever makes you happy. You could add some bushes and trees in the front of your house, whatever you think is a good thing to do. All right. I'd like you guys to have a little fun with this. Most important thing is to get the house and the trees proportionate. Trees can be taller than a house or smaller than a house, but you need to think about that when you're putting your perspective drawing together, because perspective is primarily about the size relationships of objects to one another and how they're placed on the page. Okay, good job. Can't wait to see what you guys come up with. Talk soon.